Hello everybody, welcome to Fruitful Trees, and this is my jackfruit tree here that I'm actually about to cut down because I don't like the fruit on here. But I've had fruit on here years before that I did like. This particular fruit here that I'm about to cut down, I would estimate is over 40 pounds. So I could be wrong, but it is ready. It hasn't cracked, which is a good sign because a lot of the fruits have cracked on this. But I'm about to take it down now. It smells great. It's soft, it's ready, it smells good. This is its tree's last chance. I mean, I still have 3 smaller ones on there, but if this is good, I'll consider keeping the tree. But if this is not good, the tree's dead. I'm already made up my mind to get rid of the tree, but I'll see how this one is. Wow, it is a big fruit. Oh boy. Yep, I'd estimate that's over 40 pounds for sure. Look at that. Alrighty, so let's go see. Alright, everybody, so we're going to see how big this jackfruit is. You want to put it on there on the zero, it says 0. Let's see how much it weighs. Wait. 40 pounds. 0.4. Wow. There you go, so we'll see how it is, and I'll let you guys know. Stay tuned. Okay, everybody, so a 40-pound jackfruit, and you can see how soft this is. It's very soft. As a matter of fact, now this is suspect a seedling. I thought it originally was a black gold, but Julian told me it wasn't. Several people told me, but Julian confirmed it wasn't a black gold. He thought it was a golden nugget, a seedling of a golden nugget. But let's see how they are. But they've been sweet, just not a good consistency at all. I mean, really super soft. And I don't think this one's any different. So let's try to cut this over a little and see here. If I had a lot of trees, or a lot of space for trees, it's one thing, but I don't have a lot of room for trees, so this is just super soft. And we'll taste this and see. Here we go. It's nice. I don't know if it's nice enough to keep, but it's nice. I'll see my cameraman can try a piece. His name's John. What do you think?
That's real good, nice and moist. Not super sweet though.
Oh, it's super sweet. Yeah, man. You don't think so? See, so
I've been drinking some monk fruit soda, so maybe I can't taste it.
So it's super soft. So it's really a messy variety. If you see here, it's sweet. Get another piece.
I like the texture a lot though.
I like soft jackfruit, but this is interesting. What do you think?
It's a good one though. It's a really good one.
Well, I'm going to have to get another opinion. I'm going to have to get my neighbor over. I don't know if it's worth keeping. Do you think it is?
Guess it all depends on what other things you have.
Yeah. All righty. Well, that's it. That's this one is particularly sweet, I think, and great flavor. But I think I could do better for the spot. But we'll go see. I'm going to get my other neighbor, get another opinion. But thanks. All right, this is my neighbor. He's an expert at jackfruit. He has several varieties, and he's going to taste that one.
All right, well, we'll see what it's like. It's actually very good.
Very sweet.
And you were going to tear this tree down.
I still am.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
I wouldn't get rid of this tree. Why would you get rid of this?
It's just super soft and it's very messy and it's, I don't know if it's the best flavor. It's all right. I mean,
I would say it's very good.
what would you give that from 1 to a 10?
It's up there. It's really, really good. I don't know if anything's a 10, but
I don't know what variety it is. It might be a seedling, but
it's very good.
yeah. Well, I got a decision to make, but there you go.
I love it.
All right. Let's see. All right. So my friends are here. They're going to taste a piece of the jackfruit.
That's fine. Done.
And here you go. Have you had jackfruit before?
Yes.
Okay, great. All right. So one at a time. Yeah. You go first.
This one actually has a little crunch to it.
You think?
The piece I just had, good flavor. Tastes a little like cantaloupe, kind of. Yeah, see, it gets kind of softer at the end, but still good. Good flavor.
What would you give it from a 1 to a 10?
6.
Okay. Okay. You want to try it?
Sure. I think it has a balanced texture. It is sweet. I think more melon than the cantaloupe though. But out of 1 through 10, I'll give it a 7.
7. Okay.
Mhm.
Well, I got to decide if I want to destroy the tree or not. But I made
I'll
it
keep it.
decided to keep it another year.
I'll keep it, give it another year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely
Sounds
good.
All right. Here's Alex and Rebecca, and they're going to try this jackfruit here, and we're going to see what they think of it.
Okay, here we go.
For those of you that don't know, this is Alex from Tropical Acres Farm, and he's a mango expert, but he's trying jackfruit.
All right. Let's see.
Ready to eat?
What do you think?
I think the flavor's very good. I don't always like the consistency of the softer flesh jacks, but this one has very nice flavor, I have to say.
It's like banana.
Yeah, definitely a strong banana flavor in that one. So some jacks are more like juicy fruit gum,
Sure.
and that's like dominant, but this one has a very, very pronounced banana flavor for sure.
What would you give from a 1 to a 10?
Oh, flavor-wise, that's like a 9.
9.
Yeah.
So you
it's
wouldn't
certainly
get rid
not.
of the tree if you were me.
No, unless there was a good reason for removing
Just the
it.
consistency, but I'm
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of the soft ones. I would prefer if I'm just rating it on flavor. That's the grade
Yeah.
it gets. But if I was rating it with consistency combined, it would be probably a little lower of a grade.
Yes.
I prefer crispier jacks like My One and Bangkok Lemon and stuff like that. But like the flavor is very good.
Yeah.
That's
It's very sweet.
very strong banana.
Yeah, well,
I
good.
like that.
I mean, I made my mind this morning I'm going to keep it because the one I had actually, they were split in it. I didn't know if I should leave them on the tree or not. And when I take them off unripe, sometimes they ripen okay, but when I left them on the tree, they get all brown in that spot. And maybe I left them on the tree too long and they got super soft. But this one was perfect, no split, and it was great. And it wasn't even that soft. This was great.
How do you remove the gluten? What is the name?
The latex.
The latex.
Latex?
this one didn't even have latex on it.
Oh, good,
It was like
good.
picked at the perfect time.
That one is a nightmare when we have to the sticky
Yeah.
hand.
All right, great. Thank you both.
Thank you.
All right, everybody. So my jackfruit has been puzzling me because when I first got the tree, I thought it was a black gold jackfruit. I liked it, a soft jackfruit. And I was liking the fruit, thinking it was a black gold. But this year I was thrown for a curveball because they were splitting, and I asked Julian at Laura Farms what he thought it was, and he says it's more common for a gold nugget jackfruit to split, and the shape doesn't look like a black gold. So Now I'm thinking I got a gold nugget maybe and mislabeled. I don't even remember where I got the tree. But then Julian said, well, it's not the characteristics of the gold nugget exactly, so it might be a seedling of a gold nugget. Whatever it is, it's very sweet, but I didn't like the consistency. It was way too soft. Previously, I didn't even think about the consistency, but this year I got one that was almost 40 pounds, and when I started cutting into it, it was just, I couldn't even pull it out. It was just so soft. And not only did it split on the tree, when it split on the tree, I didn't know if I should take it off the tree because it wasn't ripe yet when it split, or leave it on the tree. And I experimented with leaving it on the tree, but it started getting black, and that side wasn't good. I think next time I'm going to do what I did last year and take it off the tree if it splits. Even though it's unripened, maybe it'll ripen off the tree. However, recently, as you see in this video, I wanted my friend John, who came to visit, and also my neighbor to taste it, to see what they thought of it. My neighbor had it before and he liked it, but I said that was it last year, and I figured I'll give it to him again. And then John was just here and he tasted it. They both really liked the taste. Said it was just an extremely sweet tasting jackfruit. So I have this seedling jackfruit that tastes great, but the consistency isn't that great. My neighbor dehydrated some and he loves it. So now I just took one off the tree. I didn't get to weigh it. It was much smaller than the other ones, but it smelled great and it's perfectly ripe, no split, and I got it at the right time. It wasn't split at all. It was perfectly ripe off the tree. And here it is. I just cut it open, and the consistency is not as soft as it was when it split on the tree and it was just too big. So it's not perfect. There's no, I guess, perfect anything out there. But the consistency isn't the worst, but it's still very soft. But it's just really, really extremely sweet. And I was thinking about getting rid of it just to make another spot for another tree. But I had 7 jackfruits on there this year. 2 of them were over 30 pounds. One of them was almost 40 pounds. I think it was 40 pounds. So my decision is I am going to wait another year and see what happens. So I'm not going to get rid of it yet. I'm going to wait another year and see what happens. I will cut it back this year because I don't want it to get too tall. I don't want 40-pound jackfruits all the way up high. So once I get the last few jackfruits off, there's 2 more left on there, I will cut it back. I guess I'm going to have to name this jackfruit if I keep it because it's a seedling, right? So I can create my own name. But it is super sweet, super soft, and besides the splitting, it does pretty well. Now, some jackfruit trees I've seen, like my neighbor's, he must have had over 30 jackfruits on his tree, on his Bangkok lemon, and they were all excellent. But he had another tree, I think it was an Excalibur Red, and even though he had a lot on there, it wasn't excellent at all. So it's kind of interesting. So for other jackfruits I think the problem this year was I tasted my Chine jackfruit, which was absolutely one of the best fruits I've ever tasted. It's a hybrid between a Champadak and a jackfruit. And the consistency of that was so perfect. And compared to this, I think I was trying to compare the two. So that might have been the issue. But I have my Chine jackfruit. I have a bunch of seedlings that I put the seeds in it. They're sprouting. So if anyone really wants to get one of those seedlings, comment below. I can't mail it, but if you're in the area, let me know. But then I got the Boca Champadak, which I had 1 fruit last year, which was wonderful, but I only had 1 fruit last year. I don't know how they do, but I got a bunch of seedlings of those in the ground, like 1, 2, maybe 3 seedlings of those in the ground, and they're growing and the leaves are fuzzy. Somebody came here and they said to me, it's interesting because the Boca Champadak tree leaves are not fuzzy, but a true Champadak, the trees are fuzzy, and all the seedlings are fuzzy, but the main tree isn't. I have another Boca Champadak, and the leaves are not fuzzy either. But these seedlings of the Boca Champadak are fuzzy. So I have that. I also put a Black Gold in that's doing great, and I put a Bangkok Lemon in that's doing great. Hopefully these won't all fruit at the same time because it's way too much. But this year I learned how to cut a jackfruit really easy with gloves, and I put a video about that, so I'll be able to freeze them if they do. And I always like to share my fruit as well, and we'll see what happens. But I got all these seedlings, but I'm done with putting jackfruit in the ground, but I'm going to keep this jackfruit because this year, I mean, other than my Chine jackfruit, it was my best fruiting tree, actually. I mean, I had a whole bunch of mangoes, but this had 7 giant jackfruits on them. There's still 2 left. And the taste, from a 1 to a 10, I mean, it is the sweetest jackfruit I've had. My wife, she even liked the taste of it. She just didn't like the consistency, which is my issue with it also. But this one I cut at the perfect time, so maybe I need to cut them sooner. And what's interesting about this one, there was no latex on it at all. I mean, I see a little here, but it wasn't really any latex. So maybe it really was just the time I was cutting these. But you see here, I just cut this piece. And I could take it out. See, I couldn't do this before. When I would take it out, it would fall apart. But now it actually comes out. So I still have 2 more to experiment with. But I think I'm going to keep it another year. If you have any questions or comments, post them below the video. If you want to get some of these seeds, hurry up, because I still got 2 left. I'm in West Palm Beach. But again, they're already a seedling, so I don't know if the seeds will be worth it. And if you want to graft some of this, well, you should taste it first before you make that decision. And I have to decide a name if I'm going to keep this, what I'm going to call it. But that's the jackfruit story. It's staying. And thank you to who tasted this and everyone else that gave me your input. We'll see what happens, but 1 more year it will survive. Have a great day, everybody, and keep growing.